Hello and welcome to Live It Up. I'm Donna Drake, and with us in the studio today is Arthur Lih, and he has invented a life-changing, life-saving device. I'm so happy to have him here. He's brilliant. I know you're probably blushing, but Arthur, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm terrific. I appreciate this. We had a connection in the whole methodology of your show and Live It Up and the inspiration, and that's what this was all about. You know, I'd been in the hospital. I'd heard a story about a child who choked to death. At the time, my daughter was 7, and she's the love of my life. And as her father, I said, I can't have that. I just cannot take it. It was so painful to hear that, and I just did what every good dad does. I went in my garage and I started tinkering with devices.
Absolutely, and you know, it's interesting because not everybody goes to their garage and builds a boat or builds a toy for their daughter that's like this really cool slalomy kind of cool thing, like this panda rocket. But you took your sculpting skills and developed this. So tell us about how you created this and how it works.
Well, you know, there have been a bunch of miracles in this process, and I think looking back that I was one of them. So I had the motivation. You know, I said, I have to save my daughter. And then I have this kind of unique skills. You know, my grandfather was a carpenter, skilled carpenter. I can work, I can build things, I built furniture and whatnot. But when my daughter was born, I started making funny things, you know, creative things. So that was a combination of the ability to build, but to think outside the box. Because with seconds, you know, you're 30, 40 seconds till you lose consciousness. You pass away in about, you know, 5, 8 minutes. Has to be done right then and there. And I think that's why no one tackled it. You know, you have a disconnect between the medical society and the person in the tragedy. The medical only sees the body. The tragedy watches the person die. So who's going to change that? It's got to be someone that's, you know, kind of out there, kind of looking at things differently, and that's been me.
I like your out-of-the-box thinking.
Yeah,
so let's, now that this is out of the canister, tell us what this is and how it works.
Well, the key was that there were 3 keys. It had to be simple, because it has to be used by the person standing there. And it can be used on yourself as well. So those were keys. It had to last forever. If you hear that rattle, there's a valve in here, so you don't force, when you push it down, you don't force the obstruction into your throat. That's polypropylene, the whole thing. This thing, if you buried it in your backyard, should last 100 years, 1,000 years. So it had to last forever. You didn't want to pull it off the shelf in 10 years and it's expired. And it had to be affordable. So the process is something that we can make economically that everyone could have in their house. It should be in your home. We just got into a national school organization. It needs to be in schools and in restaurants. You know, those would be the top places.
Absolutely. So now what you do is if you're feeling like something's lodged in your throat, either you yourself, you can do it to yourself, or a loved one can help you grab it and...
Well, the key is that we currently recommend all protocol.
Okay.
So the American Red Cross protocol, back slap, abdominal thrusts. What will happen in that short period of time, if you just close your breath right now, you'd pass out in seconds. All protocol to be followed, 911 called, and then the LifeVac is used. Now when you're out conscious, you just put it on the person's face, you pull it down, hold the mask, and you'll see. I mean, this will lift,
it has a lot of suction to it.
It will lift a bowling ball. It is the force that it generates, independent of the systematic problems we have with our bodies and differences from, you know, being pregnant, being in a wheelchair. These are difficult Heimlich situations, not to mention the whole neurological, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS, where you don't generate enough strength in your lungs. This will always generate about 4 times a cough, and it's about 10 times what protocol does, back slap, Heimlich, etc. So we should be effective use, and it should save lives.
And that's why I wanted to have you on, because when I first heard you explain what it is that you had invented, I just felt that the chills, you know, from my head to my toes and fingertips to fingertip, knowing that this will save lives. And it's kind of cool. You're going to go down in history books. Not that that matters to you. No. I know, because you're such a humble person. But thank you. Thank you for taking the time and effort and researching this, just because you simply wanted to make a difference and save people. It's really cool.
Well, that's why we're with you. I'm sitting here because that's kind of your mission of the show, and that was my mission. I just made it for her, and I noticed, you know, all the people that need it, and the horrible nature. You watch the person die right in front of you. I can't do that. We have to change it. We have to make it different, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I'll keep going until I do it.
And you could purchase this online, right? Somebody could go to your website, learn a little bit about it, and purchase it online. And then also you're going to be distributing it, I would think, in all the major outlets.
Well, you know, I really didn't the outlet way. It's available online, lifevac.net, and it comes. The kit comes with a test mask. It has, you know, self-training. We have training on the web, and then there's if you're not a computer person, there's training in the kit. Because it has to be used by the person right then and there. And the goal is to get it out there. You know, the institutional side is schools and restaurants.
Okay.
And we hope that a protocol addition will help save all those lives. You got 40% right there. Last month, child in school. Last week, child at home. 2 days ago, a woman in Florida. These are people I know. They're calling me and telling me this happens. So the numbers are, there's a good point, they're underestimated.
Yeah.
But it's designed to be user-friendly so that anyone can use it. The training's available. You'd be really comfortable. I mean, you push it down, you pull it up.
And people have fire extinguishers in their home, you know? People
You're more
have
likely to
other
choke.
life-saving, right, you have other life-saving devices in your home. Why not have a LifeVac?
Well, that's what's
So-
the amazing thing. You're more likely to choke than fire, drown, accidental firearms, and we have tremendous smoke detectors, fire extinguishers, alarms, pools, lifeguards, and you're more likely to choke. We got nothing. We have the protocol, which is wonderful, but now you got another shot. That's
Thank
the
you.
goal.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yay, Arthur Lih.
Really my pleasure.
And we would love to have you come back on again. You know, I always feel like there's an opportunity for education, and you've enlightened us today, so thank you so much.
I would love it. Thank you so much.
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank you. Please stay tuned for more on Live It Up. If you'd like a LifeVac, you know how to get one. Thank you so much.